Mike Perlak here to talk to you. Nothing fancy this time around. I just wanted to talk a little bit before I'm finished working two jobs and it's time for me to go to bed. But before I do, I wanted to talk a little bit about some stuff that in response to recent videos I made with my father and what's going on in the world, specifically what happened over the weekend with Hamas attacking Israel. And wanted to talk about why my male feminist father hates Israel so much. In his boyhood, his young adult life, his friends made $1 more because they didn't have to work for an evil Jew. Jews are cheap. Whatever somebody else pays, the Jew pays a couple of dollars less. This is the stuff he used to preach at me when I was a child. Me and my sisters. See, my male feminist father, has no mental understanding of how business and economics works. He thinks that people who own and run factories, businesses, establishments, whatever, he thinks that they get their money from a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, and they just ain't giving him enough of it. He hates Jews, and for him, and probably a lot of people, these protests in New York, these pro-Palestinian protesters in New York, so he hates Jews, and because for him and probably a lot of people, Israel as a Jewish state represents all that is wrong about America. Capitalism. When I was growing up, I had to listen to my father talk all the time about, oh, my Palestinian friend said this, my Palestinian friend said that, oh, the Palestinian people are so great, oh, my Palestinian. I never met this guy. I never met this Palestinian friend of his. So, for all I know, he might have been an imaginary Palestinian friend. But because they cannot understand capitalism with their brains, they can only think about capitalism with their hearts. And that's why they think capitalism is evil. Because everybody should be rich. With no effort. Everybody should be rich. And I guess my father's not alone. These pro-Palestine protesters. Yeah, capitalism is evil. It's so evil because many have to settle, and ideally everybody should be rich. Makes me think of the first Matrix movie. The only one that's probably really can be considered a damn good movie. I mean, the sequels were interesting, but for that first movie was the bomb, in my opinion. But it makes me think of the first Matrix movie when Mr. Smith tells Neo, or Mr. Anders, tells him, the first Matrix program was a socialist utopia, or something to that extent. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but it was a failure. It was a complete disaster. Nobody would buy into the system. Or the program, I think program. Nobody would buy into the program. But yeah, these pro-Palestinian protesters in New York, because we all know that a Palestinian leader would distribute wealth evenly to all the people evenly and equally. Like my father, is a king and queen are experts at making everybody happy. Yeah, I'll get you to believe that just long enough to take the knife to your throat. Ugh, Jesus, Lord help me. Maybe sometimes it's sad to think about, but maybe I think sometimes George Carlin is right. We have reached the peak of humanity, and now we're just circling the drain. And we're going to go away, like he says, we're going to go away. There was the age of reptiles, and now it's the age of primates. That's what we are. animals, and the next maybe it'll be the insect. All living things are one of three things: plant, minerals, or animals. So if you're living here on Earth, you're one of those three things. We're all animals, even though some people don't like that title. I'm not an animal. Yes, you are. But I find solace, personally, I find solace in my faith that life and the one responsible for all life will always prevail, even if that does not include human life, or life as we as human beings know it. At least not on a physical, not in the physical world, or on a physical sense of it all. I only have myself to worry about. I've stated that before on videos, but I only got myself to worry about. All this stuff going on. You don't think Russia isn't going to take advantage of this and try to, one up somebody with this? That Kim Jong Un, like that video short I made. You don't think he says Kim Jong Un is probably saying to himself, "Oh, I can't let the world think that Hamas has bigger cojones than me." So, if you have children, hug them. Make sure they know how much you love them. And may your will be in line with what God has chosen for you. Mike Perlak, thanks for your time.